Is it recording?
Yes, sir.
Hello, welcome back. If you've been watching these in order, that is my beer. Oh, thank God.
Make sure it's not poison.
Drink the thing. But, like, if you've been watching in order, you'll notice that I've put a shirt on because my mom showed me the other takes. I noticed I'm a bit saggy around the man-chesticle area, and I decided that that was no good. If you're not watching these in order, you missed the ones where I had my shirt off and I'm very ripped. I'm cut, man. Super buff. Sort of thing.
Gun show.
Yeah, you know, take us to the gun show. And, oh, man. And so on. So, you know... and what have you. Oh, don't even get that. Story's not worth telling on the internet. Jesus Christ.
I don't know any stories.
It's a terrible story. Do you have any questions about Canada? Or, concrete. I work in concrete. It's terrible. Next time you're driving down the road, you see some poor bastard working in the concrete, feel bad for him. Even though it looks like they're standing around doing nothing, believe me, feel bad for him.
Okay, you guys use kilometers. And you guys use... Celsius or centigrade, whatever it's called.
Yeah, because the metric system, based on science, is used by all civilized...
Is it Celsius or centigrade?
Well, we say Celsius.
Okay.
I mean, you can say centigrade, it's proper, but...
Now, in England, they use miles. Isn't that weird?
Well, not really. Canada used to use miles as well. I mean, my wife's mom's generation, they used to use miles. I still work with old bastards who use miles and inches, right? And, because it switched over in the, God help me, the 70s, maybe?
Yeah, because Uncle David was learning that in school, but it never caught on.
Yeah, right. Well, Canada did the proper thing, and they went, well, science is going this way.
Oh, yes. For people that are not Canadian, I know, Al, you are, and Dave, you are.
Wait, which one's from Moose Jaw?
Dave.
Dave, hey, man. I went down to Moose Jaw for my wife's uncle's wedding. Great town. That place is really pretty. We were coming down... what was it, Davidson or something? I don't remember.
Did you see the big moose?
No, I didn't see a big moose.
Oh.
So we're coming down from Saskatoon, you end up going west for, I don't know, it's like 15 miles or something, and you go through it's not the Badlands, that's in Alberta, but you end up going through this national park that's beautiful. I had no idea that there was any place in Saskatchewan that had that much of an elevation change, eh? And like, you got the river and the lakes and everything. Really pretty. And it's like right outside of Moose Jaw, like maybe 20 minutes or something. It was super pretty down that way. It was cool. Yeah, cheers on that. But, what were we talking about?
I don't know.
Yeah, sorry, man. I'm half in the bag. But I got Guinness. Extra stout. That good stuff. It's awesome.
I got that at Whatchamadooger Day. St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, I love St. Patty's. I'm the only guy I know from this damn town who's not Irish. My family's mostly German, bit of English. The last name's...
Czech.
Scottish, yeah, we got some Eastern European in there as well. I know we got a bit of French, I think.
Swedish and maybe a bit of French.
Good Lord,
and I
have
only
mercy.
had a sip.
Yes, you only had a sip. I'm 7 beer in, and I am controlling myself. Wow.
That's good.
Yeah, I know. This is the good stuff. This is a PG channel? PG channel. We'll call it PG channel.
Good stuff.
Oh, yeah. It's the good stuff. We were talking about kilometers.
It's a meal in a bottle.
Well, Guinness, man. Liquid bread. Does a good body good. So we were talking about kilometers, I think.
Well, I'm done talking about kilometers.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, where he's living now in Saskatoon, there's a great amount of Eastern European, Ukrainian type.
Oh, yeah.
And they have a lot of that type of food up there, and it's very similar to the Czech stuff that I grew up with, and the town is about the same size as the town that I grew up in. It's a lovely town. I really like Saskatoon a lot.
Yeah, it is very pretty. It has a fairly large First Nations population. There's a lot of cultural stuff that you can learn there as well.
What's the name of that place I just showed you with the Native Americans?
Oh, Wanaskewin. Wanaskewin is a cultural center for the First Nation tribes that were brutalized, raped, and genocided, you know, when the Europeans arrived.
It's an awesome place to see First Nations and history and stuff. So if you're ever up in Saskatoon area, go to this... What is it?
Wanaskewin? Yeah, I would call it a cultural center. Museum, possibly. Yeah. They do
really nice.
The traditional dances there. They do a variety of stuff there. Just general information about how the Plains First Nations people used to live. For the American audience, we call them Native Americans. Up there, they call them First Nations. Even when you're singular, oh yeah, I know a First Nations guy. So it's a weird linguistic thing. I do work with a bunch of kind of rednecks, and again, construction, right? And so I've heard every racist term in the book. There's a lot of them for First Nations. Oh yeah, man, it's crazy. It's a shame. It's a real shame but I mean, a lot of people have this kind of like idealistic image of Canada, and it is a great country. In general, people are more considerate, polite.
They have healthcare.
Well, yeah, to say the least, you know. People look out for one another a bit up that way.
Well, you have to when it gets to 40 below.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, okay, so it gets to 40 below. Yes, it's cold. Yes, you'll die if you stay outside for 10 minutes without a thick coat. That's true. It's called exposure. Look it up. But at the same time,
I know all about exposure.
Jeez.
And I have not been drinking beer, only coffee.
I'm the serious one here. You have not any idea how rarely that occurs, but yeah, no, okay, so for 2 months in the middle of winter, it gets colder than a witch's tit. And,
or tin toilet seat in Siberia.
Which I learned off my mom. Colder than a tin toilet in Siberia. You know, and yeah, it gets cold. And back here in St. Louis, when it drops below zero for a week, the whole town shuts down. We're like, oh, I'll go to work in a week.
A dusting of snow. All schools are canceled.
Yeah, man. Up in Canada, ain't nobody got time for that stuff. So, you know, you get to a point where it's like, oh, it's been 40 below for a week. I gotta get to work. Come on, throw on another coat, throw a log on the fire, let's go. And you learn to live with it, you know? Like, I imagine if you live in the Caribbean, you learn how to live naked, because that must be so hard.
You gotta eat fish a lot, though.
Oh, bummer. I have to eat delicious, awesome mahi-mahi. That must be just a nipple twister. But, whatever, right? It is a fantastic country. Saskatoon's a great town. It's a bit small for my taste after having been...
Well, yeah, you grew up here.
You know, I grew up in St. Louis, around 3 million people, right? And I went to a town of 300,000.
Nothing but highways here and there. And
yeah, man. Oh, ridiculous. Calgary's a great town. It used to have a reputation of being kind of a cowboy,
backwards?
Nah, backwards. A very conservative area.
Oh.
But shockingly enough, as time goes forward, Calgary's becoming more and more liberal. And Saskatoon itself is regressing into more and more of a conservative state, if you will. Vancouver is beautiful. If you're thinking about buying property in Vancouver, better if you have that much money, pay off my student loans.
Yeah, you better win the lottery.
Oh, good luck, man. Vancouver's very beautiful.
Things are expensive up there, though, period.
Oh, the Pacific Northwest? Look, man.
No, where you live.
Oh, in Saskatoon?
Houses are expensive.
There's a housing boom. There has been a housing boom up in Canada for a while because people realize that it's a pretty decent place to live. Like, it's not a crap hole. You know, we kind of rank in the top 10 of quality of life. Shh, don't tell the U.S. That's not fair.
We're going to wind this one up. We'll have another one for you. Stay tuned.
We're going to end on that?